All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Rahakodash, the ones, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And peace and salutations to your sincere Akim out there, pushing the truth across the four corners of earth. I'm your brother Shemai from St. Louis branch of Great Millstone. All right, coming back at you again, more edification, Lord willing. And hey, let's play, man, because, you know, if you're looking for, an idea for a video, sometimes you just gotta go onto YouTube and search spiritual topics, or just keep up with the news that's going on. All right, and then try to decipher through the scriptures, how to understand, what you're supposed to understand, because brothers have been set up to be judges, you know what I'm saying? So we have to give a report of what's going on in the earth. All right, and what time it is, and we know it's high time for us to wake out of sleep. It's time for the Lord to return so he can get us out of here. From the beginning. Now you can see what's going on.
Those fucking bricks?
Yeah, those are bricks.
What the fuck are those?
Those are bricks.
Those look like bricks.
No, it's literal bricks, but they're taking them,
What the fuck?
and either they'll stack them up, or they'll give them to, their agents, which are mingled in amongst the protesters. All right, and brothers have been calling it out all over, man, and it's right. All right, they have people amongst the protesters who are paid agents. All right, because you do have some jakes who really went out there and really legit thought that this is the thing to do. They went out blase, but for a lot of cases, Esau, whatever side they're on, Antifa, whoever they're with, it's all through Esau. All right, and that's the power of the scriptures. We're able to decipher, the moves of the enemy, all right, because a lot of our people are confused. They go out and they're seeing these reports too that Esau is out there amongst them, but they'll keep protesting. They'll try to turn on the camera, which that is good, but that's only going to show you, so much. For you to have the complete understanding, you got to go to the book. You have to have the book. All right. It says, it's what, 1 Corinthians 2:14, but the natural man receiveth not the things of the spiritual, but of the spirit of Yahweh, for they are foolishness unto him, neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. And in the case with this book, a lot of our people consider it foolish, whatever reason may be. There's the old slavery argument. The Bible was used to keep us enslaved, which we know and understand that it was misused, it was misquoted, and the true understanding is coming out now. All right, whatever your reason is, because it's 1,000,001 reasons to not do the right thing. All right, but it said, but he that is spiritual judgeth all things. Whatever people tell themselves. All right, but the spiritual man, understanding there are spiritual aspects to everything on this earth, right? Because going back, it was created by, the powers, the Allahayim. Right? Yet he himself is judged of no man. For who hath known the mind of the Lord, that he may instruct him? We have the mind of Yahweh Shai. And that's something that we strive to have that mastery of understanding and being able to, decipher what's going on, right? And we can see what's going on, man, based on what Esau has done in the past, based on things that he said, based on the footage like this one that's being shown, all right, based on just who he is, and this is all these videos that are coming, because this is more than one. All these videos are black eye, to these Edomites, because over and over again you'll see Jake in a few of them, but for the most part, smashing windows and smashing, grabbing is Esau. And they know it.
Yo, what the
So that the protesters can fucking use them, dude. That's what they're doing. But they're doing that for undercover police officers that are getting involved in the protests.
Absolutely.
So that they have an excuse to beat the shit out of people. So.
Yeah. But ultimately, it's a bigger plan. This is not just this one particular enforcement unit. This is nationwide, man, because they're under certain directives, they're under certain orders. So the police, they actually want. They're not them not understanding that it's going to affect them too. They actually want it to be a military police state. They want to be able to come out and have the big guns off and be able to, you know, pepper spray and shoot rubber bullets. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys, they like that shit. All right. They might have been, you know, got picked on in the world or whatever reason they chose to become a cop. You know, so they could feel big, they could feel empowered, and then now, you know, if they got that gun. In cases like these, the Lord put that spirit on them, boom, and boom. Next thing you know, Jake is on the floor. All right, and that's through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, punishing our people for not coming back to Him. And it's just that simple. This is Psalms 37:7. Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for Him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to. And who is this talking about? All right, because part of you know, Esau being that counterpart to Satan, they got the devices. You know what I'm saying? They got the creativity. All right, they got those demons on them where, you know, they can keep coming up with shit. They come up with this technology, that technology. You know what I'm saying? That's why, and that's ultimately why they serve. They do what they do, because they get a blessing from that. All right, that's part of that blessing. Look at let me see. This guy Elon Musk. Look at his wife. I don't know if this is his wife, but I know, you know, they have the child together or whatever. But just to go to show you the energy that these people are dealing with. All right. This kind of shit. Got a sword through the world. It's that kind of shit, man. All right, so it's Esau, so-called white men and women on both sides. This is the energy that they push forth. You know what the fuck? All right, that's enough of that. But just that's the energy that they come with, man. And a lot of our people, you know, they fret. They see that this man is high up, you know, they got all this money, they got all this power and stuff, and then, you know, they just gotta go and make a deal with him. You know, they just gotta go and serve him. But what does it say, man? Rest in the Lord. And that's what we're doing, man. We rest in the Lord. We hold fast to the things that are good. All right. And we're not worried about Esau just because he gets his little 15 minutes of fame and he's able to tear shit up. All right. They said what? Because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. And we know that ultimate wicked device is coming up soon. That so-called RFID, whatever title you want to use. We know it's the mark of the beast. You know, that chip to be inserted in you. All right. They said what? Isaiah 40 and 31. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. And there's no man who could do that now. All right, there's no man who has that power now who can run and not be weary. Like Esau shows you in that movie Hancock. You know, Hancock was basically, you know, he was an angel. You know, he had that power. And then they tried to make his weakness a damn Edomite woman. But none of us have that power to do that, man. So we can't take this man down. We just can't. Not yet, all right? Now, at times, people will say, well, you know, what happened during the revolutions and stuff? You know, there were times where Jake fired back, and that was also the spirit, you know, which had us to rise up, you know, whatever tribe you might be, from Judah all the way to Issachar, to rise up and rebel. But ultimately, you know, Esau came out on top, and wherever we're at. Okay, and we're waiting on bigger things, man. There's no carnal way to get rid of them. We've tried it all. Okay, every tribe we've all clashed with Esau. None of it has worked. All right, and we can't come together. You know what I'm saying? As a one. Well, Israel, you know, we come together, but the rest of our nations, they can't see a reason to come together. They just can't see. All right, this is Isaiah 30 and 18. They say what? And therefore will the Lord wait, that he may be gracious unto you, and therefore will he be exalted, that he may have mercy upon you. For the Lord is a power of judgment. Blessed are all they that wait up for him. Right. And that's what you want, man. You want that blessing. That's ultimately what our people want. They want the blessing from whatever source they try to claim or try to say it's from, or whatever force in the universe. That's what they want. They want that blessing. All right, and blessed are all they that wait for Him. Okay, now of course there's a balance to it. Edomites run up on you. You know what I'm saying? Defend yourself, do what you got to do, but ultimately, hey, we ain't stirring up shit. All right, we through the spirit we are, but through physically, doing with these knuckleheads, that's a no go. All right, because as we can see, it's all part of a chess move. It's a Psalm 35 and 1. I don't think I got to this one. It said, "Plead my cause, O Lord, with them that strive against me. Fight against them that fight against me." Right. It said, "Take hold of shield and buckler and stand up for my help." I'm jumping down. I say what? Verse 30, Psalm 35 and 4. "Let them be confounded and put to shame that seek after my soul. Let them be turned back and brought to confusion that devise my hurt." And the thing about it is, because you had police get shot up too, but ultimately you got Jake, with 2/3 of Jake, they don't know, and that's the thing, man. They don't know what's going on. They don't know the course of things. You look into the scriptures. Each of the prophets, at a certain point, a lot of them ask, Edges asked, "Lord, when is this going to take place?" And the Lord told him, "Hasten not above the highest." It wasn't his time. It wasn't time for him to know these things which we were able to see and where that were given to us. All right, the apostles, they asked the Lord, "When you gonna bring the kingdom back now? When?" You know what I'm saying? And the Lord told them, but there shall come a falling away first. We had to fall away. We had to be taken into captivity. All right, and ultimately, when you look at the persecution which is on, each of the 12 tribes, because at a certain point we've all gotten into conflict with Esau. If we were able to come together under this one banner, scriptures talk about what? Pray to the east. We were able to pray to the east and then come together. We could take this man down, because we're numbered as the sands of the sea, but our people won't do that. Okay, they won't come together, and ultimately, all of Israel, they'll never bow to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. They just won't do it. Okay, whatever your reason might be. They said what? Let them be as chaff before the wind, and let the angel of the Lord chase them. Salaki. And when you look at these different pieces of destruction, just like they show you in the movies, what's that? Damn, what is that movie called? Final Destination. You got the different things popping off. You got the different disasters hitting one after another, and taking you for that ride. You know what I'm saying? That which is all through spirit of power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Hey, behind the scenes, those are angels doing that. All right, because ultimately, when the Lord gives that order, hey, do this, that, and the third, and then boom, that angel allows that to happen. That's why the scriptures say what? Is there evil in the city and the Lord have not done it? All right? Evil meaning bad times. They say what? Let their way be dark and slippery, and let the angel of the Lord persecute them. For without cause have they hid for me their net in a pit, which without cause they have digged for my soul. All right, so again, we're seeing that we're in those times where the snare is being set, the trap is being laid. Okay, they're sending out police and law enforcement in plain clothes, or Esau through other means. They're sending out agents to loot and tear shit up and burn shit down. Okay, trying to make it look like it's just normal people, when really these people are paid to cause chaos and shit. All right, so you got all of these people doing this shit. Hey, it's all under Esau. All right, and that's why the scriptures talk about what's going to happen at the end of times. And as we're seeing, the things that are happening, those are things that are written. Okay, the Jacob's trouble. All right, you know, insurrection in the city. You know, it talks about victuals being cheap, so people think that they're in a good case. Because you can still go to the store and get, you know, your food for relatively cheap, but even that is changing too, because you have shortages coming out. It says what? Psalms 141:9. Keep me from the snares which they have laid for me and the gins of the workers of iniquity. Let the wicked fall into their own nets, whilst that I withal escape. And that's the ultimate goal, man, to escape and get the fuck out of here. All right, to leave this place. Because we don't, being caught up here, man, as we can see, this place is already on fire. It's already destruction. It's already hell. And then you got, you know, 2/3 of our people who, you know, they really don't even want to leave this, but they don't know what they want to do. Do they want to, you want to leave? That option has come up. No. Okay, well, do you want to rise up and go at this man? That option is no. Do you want to call on the Heavenly Father? That's a definite no. You want to, you know, work until you drop? Well, you know, shit, that that option is appealing for a lot of our people. You want to work until you're 80 years old? Nah, man, we're trying to escape. It said what? Philippians 4:8. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things. And that's talking about, you know, your self-character first and foremost, really, because that's where it starts. You know, it starts with self. That's a part of being a judge, being able to judge yourself and understand, you know, your own mind, understand, you know, the things that the Lord has called for you to do that you're fulfilling. And then what? It says what? Examine yourself to see if you be in the faith. It said what? Those things which ye have both learned and received and heard and seen in me, do. And the God of peace shall be with you. And what do the scriptures say? If the man's ways please the Lord, it'll make his enemies to have peace with him. All right, so that's us, man. We just grind on, go through the scriptures, read the word of the Lord, bring it out. If we can go out, we do. If not, and that time is over, then we can't. All right, but we're gonna hold fast to the things that are true. You know, and Lord willing, this is edifying. Hey, we know our mission, we know our purpose. You know what I'm saying? That's the key, man. We move with a purpose. These people, they're in chaos. You know, they come up to the camps. You know, they scoff for they won't even come up there. Walk by, talk shit. Meanwhile, the whole world is in chaos. All right? And this is that order through chaos. This is the real order through chaos. Let me say it like that. You know, this is the righteous order in a world of Esau's wicked chaos. Let me make that even clearer. All right, so Jake won't get simple. This is the righteous order through all of this. This is the thing that's going to ultimately rule over everything. All right. Hey, call Allah Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, Lord willing is edifying, and stay up, Shalom.